alive on a Tuesday. On a Mars day. God, give me strength. Supposedly he does by the definition of the day. What's up, everyone? I am the High Priestess Phoenix, spiritual healer, teacher. Uh-oh, I'm in weird meditation. Teachers, sorry. Healer teachers. I can't. Uh-oh. They put me in a weird position. As soon as I put my legs up, I was like, uh-oh. Okay, let's not do that. I don't know. What did I notice? Do you ever catch yourself doing something? That's what you have to pay attention to, is you. Who gives a fuck what they're doing? What am I doing? Why did I just do that? Yeah, those moments. Anyways, I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, messenger of God, the first child of God, the Lilith, reincarnated, here on a Tuesday. Got the club going up on a Tuesday. Well, at least I got enough energy to speak. Speak now or forever hold your peace. I was very peaceful. Let me just start by saying, there's a couple new people. Welcome to the Dark Night of the Soul. I'm here to work you through your dark feelings by triggering them, by telling you my terrible stories and how I work through them. In order to keep up with me, you would have to catch my community page and all videos leading up to this. Now, as much as I think that our message is fully random, it never is. But I want to explain to you how I, at this moment, don't see a connection until we open the connection. Alright, so in my community page, I posted something, I don't know, something about music. I think it was that. And then I started jamming, dude. I started dancing for like, I don't know, 4 or 5 songs. 4 or 5 songs just totally left the fucking body. I was just dancing in the stars, dude, in the universe as the visualization. You know, the astral traveling is just the visualization of where you put your body. So it's like, where do you dance? When you close your eyes and you go into your imagination, where are you? I'm literally outside of the earth dancing with the fucking stars and the fucking planets, and everybody can see me. Like right next to the space station, if you will, an invisible space station. And that's what really irritates me. So then I'm in this dance mode and I start feeling this, what I call are downloads from the Palladians that come through a certain part of my chakra system. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to have to explain this. I was like, as I'm in dance mode, I can feel it, what it's doing. What I'm doing is just enjoying myself. But during this enjoyment, I'm making a connection with the light, right? And this is a perfect opportunity for them to shove some shit because I'm moving my chakra so then they can do it. Now, as I try to explain, and there's videos of it back to the Christmas of 2022, under the full moon of Christmas, something happened to me, and it's in the videos, and I entered the light, and that's where I started getting transmissions from, other light beings. They're alive, not spirits, beings, other beings outside of our dimensions, dude, outside of our reality, outside of our planet, right? And it was a really terrifying thing and stuff. And then I was like, they tried to give me visions like everybody else does, but I couldn't see them. It was just blinding light. I couldn't see it. So then there was this thing where I started to feel these pains in my spine, but it wasn't my typical chakra system. And I realized what it is, and I got a vision of what it is. And I explain it. It's just like in the Matrix, bro, where they stick that big-ass thing, that fucking needle up in their neck, and then they're plugged in. Mine's not in my neck. Thank God. Thank God. It's not in my neck, but it's between my neck. It's between 2 chakras. It's between my freaking throat and my heart chakra. So it's like, it's in my back, but it's not. I can't touch it. I mean, I could show you where it is. And you're like, is it real? No, but I also had a vision. So what it is it's like, it was put into one of my beings, but not my physical being, but I can feel it through my physical body when it's being activated and information's being put in it. I can't see it. I can't see what's being put into me. I can just feel it being put into me. And later, usually under a full moon, kind of like an activation, you know how you take, when you have to do an x-ray, they make you take, or an MRI, they make you drink this juice, and then they send you into this thing, and then they can see all the shit. Something like that usually happens. So as I'm dancing, I feel this activation come, and I know that I had mentioned that they wanted to tell me about the 9th dimension. So in essence, I'm in the 9th dimension, and now I've been there, and I can tell you about it as they're going to tell me about it, is what I'm describing. Okay, so I'm like, but there's no cards to go with that. So then I just grabbed what I think are a bunch of random cards that'll turn out to be one whole message. What did you grab? What did you grab today? I don't know. I was listening to this video that I shared about the Venezuelans that went through the whole journey to come to America. I grabbed some witchcraft ones, a lot of witchcraft ones, actually. These are all beginning teachings. That's what's funny. These are super old, bro. But they still, there's a season. You'll notice there's guided information that comes through particular seasons. So we're going to look at our pure magic. Got these in the beginning, dude. I'm sure it's going to pop up on my freaking stories in my Facebook. I document everything. So I can look back and see this is exactly when we pulled these cards the first time. I did a ritual up there during spring equinox when I got these cards. It's a whole nother thing. After you leave the dark night of the soul, which we were also seeing in our books, I learned how to reclaim your birthrights as as a witch is what they call you when you start having these powers. They're going to call you a witch, and you have to honor that. You don't have to call yourself that, but calling yourself as a wizard is so... I've yet to see... that's like saying you're an alchemist. It's taking away from the actual where it came from. Where it originated from, bro. Like where it first came from. It came from the witches. That's what you called a person. It's a witch. They're a witch. It's a witch. So I have to say that proudly. I am a witch. And so I was like, how are you going to kill a witch that's covered in the blood of Christ? And in essence, they didn't call Christ a witch, and they didn't call his mother a witch, and they didn't call his disciples a witch, but those are the powers that you're going to get. That's going to be called witchhood powers. Witchhood? Holy moly. So we're going to read into that. What else did I grab? I grabbed a Morgan, and this is all witchhood, dude. It's not. It's the proclamation. It's the church of... the gospel of Aradia, which was another time, but it's all about teaching, the magic. It's all about magic. So we're talking about magic and aliens today. And ninth dimension and all. Ooh, what's on... Jesus oversees this all. And you're like, oh, she must be crazy. All right, yeah, I'm going to take you into the craziness of the ninth dimension where no human has gone before. Shut up! I hate that part. I can only be so geeky. And then they're like, squeaky, geeky, geeky, geeky. Okay, now I can hear the songs. Let's make a song out of it. And they're like, this is so geeky. This is the part where the beat breaks down and I have to like put on my glasses and, pull my panties up real high. The kid in me laughs at it. It's like the fucking bully in me. You guys seen Step Brothers, where his brother's just a bully and he can't stop it. That's how I am with Russ, really. It's like, I want to hug you, but I just really want to punch you in the motherfucking face. And that's where it is right here. It's like, you wish, like in the middle of this, you'll see me making fun of this. Like, I can't hold it in for too long. And yet, I live with these beings. Like, it's just like, do you pick on all forms of life? Yeah, Lilith did. She had no respect for life. I'm working on it. That's how I gotta understand you to have respect for you. And I really don't. God just forces me to see it Jesus' way. That's why he's always there. He's got to watch over me and shit. Okay, we were going to tell you about, the great stuff about your chakras and how the flow of energy. All right, so where's mine? I told you, it's between here and my back. Like, I could touch it now that I'm not all fat and my arms aren't holding me back. I love me, dude. I mean, seriously, dude, I've been all sizes and shapes. It's fucking funny. Anyways, it's back there on the back. Can we get a backside? Forgive me. Again, I tried to tell you that, whatever. We're not supposed to be there, though. They told me to go here. Your higher self connection. You need to connect to your higher self. You can't know magic until you connect to your higher self. And that's what we're going to talk about, the sixth dimension. I don't know. I've already gone through all these. Now, there was a video that Browan shared the other day that said, you got the cheat code to Ascension. The fuck I didn't. The fuck I didn't. The fuck I didn't. Okay? I fucking did not. I gotta do this work, and it is work, and I be yelling at you to get to fucking work. I'm the only one out here doing this stupid-ass work, and I told you what the work is, and they make me do the work with you all the time. There's no fucking... It does not take rocket scientists. Like, I don't have a brain anymore. Like, it doesn't take rocket scientists to sit with your feelings and work through them and evolve to a higher state of consciousness. Your fucked up feelings are holding you back from happiness. It's that simplistic. What we thought is happiness is some weird fucking reality that we transform our mind, our bodies, and our realities. Just, dealing with some fucked up shit. There's no cheat code, yo. There's no cheat code. I don't wave a wand. I got one. You saw all that shit in my car? I got all that shit, bro. I got a staff. I got holy water. I got all that shit. That shit don't do me no good here. That's for goodness to help others. If I want to help myself, I got to help myself and keep helping myself get through this. There's no cheat code. How did you get so far and advanced in your fucking brain? I don't use my brain. It's so simplistic. People are like, how are you so intelligent? How are you so far advanced? How are you so wise? It's not in this body. I mean, I have a lot of street knowledge. I have a lot of, public relations skills. I got a lot of, hands-on training from stupid shit here. But all of that you're talking about, no. It was hidden under my feelings. Is this whole fucking universe of me was underneath this version of what I think is me. I didn't go to college. I didn't have nobody. I'm going to eventually, this year, you will see it. Or we'll start the seeing of it. All I have to do this year is get this story out to you guys so you can see. Yes, I was just like you, dude. And that's what I specialize in, is getting you to where I am. But I can't wave a wand and nobody else can. Jesus can't do this. We become like Christ. We work through this, but it all starts with feelings. Go back to last night's video. All I had was my feelings, and that's all I ever have. My brain don't work. I mean, it just, sometimes like a vision will pop in there, a memory, if you will, but only they're haunting memories. The only memories that pop up are haunting, so that, in the sense of, their unhealed wounds pop up in my brain, but nothing else. I explore my feelings and the things, if you're not seeing your thoughts and if you're not seeing your past and you're not thinking about the future and nothing is going on in the present, then it is an open canvas where anything can pop in there. And that's where you guys see all the magic. What is it? I washed myself clean. I pulled out of the matrix, which was nothing more than my memories and my feelings. That's what you're connected to this world by, is your memories and your thoughts. If you let them go, then you can go. But you're still kind of here. And that's where you hear me suffering in the flesh. I'm so stuck. Please don't make me that's in that video too. Please do not make me wake up again tomorrow trying to teach them how to this again. And now they're making it even worse. Oh, Kobe's like, let's talk alien. Shut up, Kobe. I hate this. I hate this. But anyways, let's get into it. And that's it too, is like, these are those moments where the silo and these fucking chemists and these fucking dark practitioners, and they're like, how does she know that? I don't know nothing in my brain. Stop using your brain and you'll really know what's going on. My stomach is what's going on. I ate so many sweets yesterday, dude. Like, really? Yeah, I didn't even eat those tacos. I ate like fucking 4 rice puddings and 2 pieces of apple fucking pie, bro. I was smashing. And then, I don't know, there was some milk in there, thank God, but I don't think I should put anything in my stomach at this moment. What? I had a sweet tooth, dude. I gave into it. Like, it was great. Your higher self is the aspect of your individual conscious spirit that exists beyond your body from the 4th through the 9th dimension. Beyond the 9th dimension, individuated conscious is no longer discernible. And that's where I guess I go past the 9th dimension. And that's where it is. It's like, where am I and where are they? And it's a oneness, bro. It's beyond oneness. You can hear them. But it's me. But it's us. And there's nobody inside here. It's me. Just a white light in here. tapped into everything, and everything flows through. You become an antenna. Am I going to grow antennas? How about a unicorn horn? Oh, is that why you guys put horns on me? Lilith. Super funny. And this is it. It's like Lilith went to all, like, where does this come from? Me, from before I was ever here. I went everywhere. I knew everything. I brought it back to you, like I always did. I'm reliving the bullshit, bro. I'm giving you the apple of knowledge and wisdom again. Not to get you kicked out, but to bring you back. It's my karma. Hey, how are you? My stomach hurts, God. You put some, don't put anything in there. I was like, can you put something there? I was like, put a baby in there. Get away from me, God. This shit is getting serious, dude. He seriously wants me to bear his kids. Come on, I just got my body right, and I feel right, and life is good, and you just want to give me a child? You see my commitment issues coming to the surface. Man, my kids are finally... Man. God, you are something else. All right. See the glossary listing for dimensions for a broader description. Do you need a broader description of where I live? My stomach hurts. Your higher self has a different level of... Why is it hurting? I'm burning calories. Why am I starving? I'm burning calories. There's a light. There's a force inside of me burning through my body right now. Your higher self has a different level of awareness, function, and form in each dimension. What you may refer to as your higher self is a part of you that lives in the 5th and 6th dimension and still maintains a humanoid type of form. Hey, remind me to fucking tag Joe Bart in this. He's always trying to figure this shit out. A humanoid type of form, even though it is no longer physical. That's what I tell you, my astral self. I got this physical guy here going on. And that's where you can be in all places and all times. I'm like here, but I'm like so everywhere else. And that's where you got to like be in the here and now. Why? There's nothing going on here and now, and if you make me sit here long enough, I'm going to feel some type of way. That's all it is. When you really can leave your body, right? You're back to your soul self. You're like, yes, I know who I am. I can do all of these. You're full of your full power again. He shoves you right back in your body. You're like, wait, what? Yeah, I want you remember why you came here, to have a human experience. No, but I want to go back out there and do that. No, you can do that, but you have to stay here. But this sucks. These people suck. This reality is the suckiest reality of real. It's not even real. I was like, please don't make me sit there. Please don't make me go to do dumb shit like Walmart and wash clothes. Please don't make me... I just would rather just, me be infinite and go and visit all the time and space. Nope, you sit there and deal with your feelings. Sit there and deal with your feelings. Sit there and it's so obnoxious. So you're like, well, how do I get there? First off, you sit there and deal with your feelings. Then after you get back to you, you still have to come back and deal with your feelings. We came to feel what it feels like to be human. That's it. And then, yeah, we said we were going to do all kinds of stuff to see what that felt like, too. But ultimately, we're the cleanup crew, so we already did all that good shit. Now we just have to feel what it feels like to be, wear the shoe on the other foot. And that's that Barbie movie. I fucking love it. I fucking love it. It's like, no, I don't. I want to go back to being all-powerful and princessy. I want my wings. I want my wings back, God. Give me my wings back. And that's that Maleficent. You cut my fucking wings. You cut my fucking wings. But then there's the video where I get them back astral. You know what I mean? I'm like, they said I got my wings back. And I used to say my wings. I could always visualize them. I could still leave now. And when I visualize myself, I'm out there with my wings. How do I get there? I fly. Fly like an eagle. I have big, beautiful wings. All angels did, And that's it. What was I before you put me in a human form? Come on now. Dark angel. Lovely. And it's truly the thing. But yeah, I was like, this sucks. And that's where, I told you, you'll be like, I want to die. Because you know that, But no. If I even tried, bro, it wouldn't even happen. And that's why you can't stop it either. We can't go back in time. We can't redo this. There's not enough time to redo this. I have to keep going forward. That's why all that protection and shit. It's like, no, she can't be harmed. She's on the greatest mission ever. I'm only here just to teach you, bro. Just to do this one more time. And I'm out of here, bro. Never, ever, ever. Never, ever, ever. No, I had to learn all my lessons in one lifetime, so I'd get the fuck out of here, bro. All your lessons in one life, all of them, bro. Haven't you learned? We're learning 56 more years. I keep trying to count it down to 55, but I'm still in the 56th year. I still have half of a 56 year before I can say 55. Yeah, bro. Gotta learn all my lessons from all my lives in this life and get the fuck out of here. I know what I'm here to do. Don't you want to get out of here too? You better get to work. What you may refer to as your higher self is a part of you that lives in the fifth and sixth dimension that maintains a humanoid type form, though it is no longer physical. Your higher self is always available for conscious connection with you whenever you want and are ready, and yet it will not interfere with your free will in order to make itself known or influence your life. You must want to evolve spiritually and know that you are a valuable soul and spirit beyond your body in order to connect with your higher self directly. It goes back to you, Russ. It goes back to all of them. The Mercury retrograde fucked them all up. That's what happened to fucking Oscar. He was hitting higher dimensions of understanding. Kanye was hitting higher dimensions of understanding. Fucking Mike was hitting higher dimensions of understanding. Logic, very early, was hitting higher dimensions of understanding. And as soon as they did, they regressed. They got too high, and they said, all right, you got to come back to Earth. And that's where Russ is. Yeah, he said it in his TikTok. He gave it all up. And that's what got him into spiritual warfare, as he said. You're gonna be fighting yourself for the rest of this because your higher self wants you to be free, and that's who you really are. Your self is fighting your brain, your ego. You've already entered it. You got to keep exploring until you get there. You have to keep going. And who knows, according to fucking, that's what really breaks your heart. It's like, it's according to Nipsey, it's like the marathon continues. Kobe, the marathon. They showed me, no, the struggle is what makes the story. I'm like, you said I was going to stop struggling. No, the struggle makes the story. Accept this. This is part of the story. It's nothing against you, it's the story. You're going to be fine through this, but it is going to be a struggle. That's the story. It's how to make it through the struggle of life. I don't get there like you guys. Even when I get to fame and fortune, dude, it's a struggle. Everything is going to be a struggle. I show people how hard it is to be a soul in a human experience. And that's it. It's like, you know what I mean? These are the trials and tribulation days. We're going to fight through these days and you know what I mean? Overcome. You know what's on the other side of that mountain? Immortality. Victory. What are we fighting? Our fucking mind. And we're following our heart. It's so simplistic, but it's the hardest battle you'll ever have because you're fighting yourself and your reality of what it looks like. And everybody is watching it, but they're watching the transformation and the evolution. Unless you stop. You can't stop now, Russ. You haven't fully started. You started unpacking it, but now it's just going to sit there everywhere you go. You're going to drag it around with you. You haven't sat with it, and you see how much I have to keep going back to it. It's a fucking mystery until you really understand it, and then it's no longer attached to you. And that's what he said. It's like, we had to unpack it, but we got to come back to life. You can't. Not until you fully break through the ceiling of it. And that's why God doesn't want you guys going to work. That's why he started putting planes down and he started setting everything on fire. He said, no, your healing is more important. Your money is not important. You are more important than money. Your happiness is more important than money. Your family's everything. You are so important to him, and he is so tired of seeing you unhappy. He built this whole world for each and every one of you. I'm not talking to my twin flames. I'm talking to every individual. He built this whole experience for you to experience happiness. And you carry all the weight that has been passed down by your ancestors where you can't feel it. So now he's going to make you sit there with your feelings so you can feel all what it felt like to be human that you've denied. You must feel all of the bad things only to get to the good feelings. And they're not bad, because everyone has had these feelings. They're just uncomfortable. I worked through all of those uncomfortable feelings. I can I can fully describe them to you, but that's what I do that's what God tasked me to do. Is to have minor experiences and come and fully describe what it feels like to be human in these experiences and how they affect you, your skin, and how you have to work through that. It's a how-to. How to become the spirit and how to be a spirit. And that's exactly what he taught you. Christ lives within me. I'm just teaching, all of them taught you. All of them taught you. You gotta want to evolve. Otherwise, your consciousness in your body identifies with your ego and personality self as your whole self. And that's it. You've got to go back to being Eminem. You got to go back to being Kanye. You got to go back to this idea of who you are. You're not that. You're just beginning to understand that. And you're scared because you're going to lose yourself. You're going to find yourself. Shut up, Marshall, not right now. If you are just awakening spiritually, you may or may not have realized that you have a divine counterpart. Oh my God, Becky. Or you may believe that it is separate from you. Through meditation, instructions, dreams, or revelations, you may begin to realize that there is a divinity within your body as well. At that point, it becomes natural to ask for assistance from guides, ascending masters, angels, and your own higher self in unveiling the divine true self within. I sent it last night, not to all of you. But it's like I didn't want anything in life until I saw you and wanted everything. You can. Your mind will. Oh, believe me, it will. But Bobby was my first. And I couldn't, you want to understand this soul connection. And everybody wants one. But you don't, after what I've been through, you don't. But that's not true, because you do. It is the most painful experience you'll ever have, where you're just drawn to a human being. I can see them right now. Like, I'm literally, it's that simple. You're just there with them. At first, it's because you're working through your skin, it's obsession. You're like, I can't understand why I'm so obsessed with this person. I don't even know this person. You're acting like a crazy person. What the fuck? And that was Bobby. And I kept trying to turn it off. Tree must have known at that time that that Bobby was a twin flame. I didn't learn that term till later, and when I learned it, somebody said that to me. I was telling my story to this girl. I'd picked her up at the airport, went a long-ass fucking ride. She's like, it sounds to me like you met your twin flame. I was like, and she's grabbing her shit and getting out of my car, and she said, and I was like, is that a good thing? She said, it almost ruined my marriage. Good luck. She closes the door. And again, without hesitation, I sent him a message. I was like, this lady just said that you're my twin flame. I'm going to check this out. And everything I look, it's like, oh my God, this is what's going on inside of me, bro. And I did start to follow it, but then I realized, like I would say maybe 3 to 6 months in, I was really into it. And then I realized I learned what karma was and what karmic was. And I went to tell everyone my next understanding. And that's where I lost Kelly. They all lost respect for me then, because I was introducing a doctrine that they'd never heard. And it went against their true belief that this was all going to work out and they would come together happily ever after. And I was like, I came to shock their worlds and tell them that's not what this is. It's in all of the scripture of what a twin flame is. It's just a healing journey. But there's somebody that put in this extra antidote that says you're going to be happily ever after with this person forever. It was so easy after it happened so many times for me to understand there's no way I can be with all of them happily. It was no way. They only identify with one, bro. One. I can tell you with full certainty that fucking Wolfman is not my twin flame. I don't have that soul connection. But it's a different connection of a higher dimension, and it still has the mirroring effect. But I don't have that desire either. It's like, you can see that my skin still feels the same way when I'm dealing with any type of person. There's, you know what I mean? I'll bring you close just to push you away. There's a lot of this, the push and pull that it's just my own patterning. But understanding these connections is very important. And then you go back to my whole life. I have no connection to my family like this. I can't feel them. I don't think about them. I don't hear them. My ex-husbands, none of this. Nobody. Nobody. But these groups, these people, these men especially, and other people, a few other people, you know what I mean? I'm fully in tune with all the time. You know what I mean? But especially them. And it's like, it was, again, it's all documented. I tried to work it through my mind, and that was it with Bobby. It is, what the fuck, bitch? I literally couldn't control it, dude. I was just kept trying to make it go away, make it go away, make it go away. I'm working with everything else, but I am trying to make him go away, bro. I'm doing everything that I physically can to make him go away, and it is destroying me. And that's when I meet Tree, and I tell him this whole story. And Tree's like, you just got to go with those feelings, bro. You just got to admit that, you know, you feel some type of way and let it flow. And so that's where it started. And then, you know, so as each of them would, you know, this would happen, it was the same thing that kept happening, right? Not with every human being, with, you know, as I was awakening with my twin flames. And each of them were taking, now listen to me, now that what I know, I didn't know then what was happening. I was entering my higher self, right? My higher self. I didn't go to one version. I didn't go through this. I was entering the higher, and that's what I said. As soon as the third eye opened, I had no control, and I was just in the other dimensions. And each of those dimensions was a counterpart to me. And so they awoken here on Earth, right? You know what I mean? As I took my brain, or took my conscious, took my feelings out of myself, it activated here so that I could start healing that part of myself from different dimensions. And that's what they are. They are counterparts of me from different dimensions. Bobby is no more than Adam. Adam and Eve, or Adam and Lilith. He has no power. He is nothing more than a man. That's it. Bottom line. I try to tell you this all the time. The higher self that lies within Russ is that of Lucifer, God's highest angel. His dirty, dark angel, the most beautiful angel God made. That's him. I know for a fact that Hades is fucking Wolfman. And that's where it is. The love is there, but it wasn't you. You know what I mean? The love became. And that's it. It's like I was literally fucking thrown into his world and fell in, and, you know, forced to love him and respect him and, you know what I mean, always have to deal with him. And that's why I said, anytime I try to fight him and I end up in spiritual court, I have to just surrender to this, whatever this is. The rest of them, no. It's a whole different shindig, and that's how it is. It's like Marshall. You know what I mean? He's from multiple lifetimes. That's Shiva right there, dude. Multiple fucking lifetimes, and I'm not going to put all the other ones on him. I'm not going to do that. But that's where all that fucking blood and guts and fucking shit comes from. The absolute god of destruction, you know what I mean? And so, you know, each of them, and then you got Kanye over there. That's Osiris, bro. You're like, no, I promise, dude. They don't walk in it, but it lives within them. It's in them, bro. That's who they are, and that's how I'm connected with them. A part of me, an old part of me, was their partner. And now, as I work through all the parts of me from time and space, it called all my partners in, because we have unfinished business, karma from past lives, that we must play out in these rinky-dink lives that we play here with absolute no power. We're kids in a fucking, you know what I mean, playing in it's not funny, Michael Jackson, it's not funny. We're playing in God's little fucking playground all the fucking time, and they blow the whistle and shit. Shut up! I don't need the songs right now. I'm trying to explain them something that they can't really fully visualize. And that's really what it is. I try to tell you all the time, fuckers. It's like, I've already been, these men are my men from so long ago. God made us together. He made us, every time, you know what I mean? I would elevate in my lifetimes. That's what's wrong with you guys. It's not what's wrong with you. The evolution, I mastered life, each life. So in each life, I was granted a new partner, because I wasn't the same person as the last life. I needed a new partner, and that's where it is. So if you either evolve with me, or you stay in an old version of me that no longer really exists and will not live this life, I see those parts of me cease. No, it's not that they cease to exist. They get integrated into the new me. And if you don't become that partner in this life, then he creates me a new partner. You must evolve with me. And that's where it is like each lifetime there was already one created for me because the blueprint was there. In essence, there's one of you already ready, but any of you could be because you were already on vibrations of my life to begin with. You can do the elevations, all of it within this life, master life within this life. Or you can stay as that low vibrational fucking life form that you were originally created, like I am, Lilith. If you haven't noticed, Lilith is growing. She's evolving. She's learning her life lessons. She's becoming Christ-like. She's mastering. I will finish this, ascending Master Lilith. The first form of my life will ascend with all of the rest of my lives that did. I was always a goddess that ascended life, but not in my first life. I was ignorant. I was naive. I was full of all kinds of feelings and could not control them and ran rampant through the whole universe. Now, I still have the feelings, all the power. I still run rampant through the universe, but now I work through those feelings. Right, that's it. Ta-da! In essence, Lilith still loves Lucifer. Lilith still loves Adam. Right? But all the other parts of me that live within me still love all these guys too. It's like, oh no, you're bringing out that part of me that's going to go crazy with you. But am I going to be that part when you wake up in the morning? Can I just stay in those low vibrations with you? Or could you just step up and we can move through the feelings? Through the waves, Russ. You can't stay consistent when you're moving through energy, which is your feelings and people and stuff. Everything feels different. It's an exploration of it. Like, don't touch me there. If you say that to my body, it'll do things. If I have to go out in that kind of weather, it'll do things. And that's it. You learn how you feel about stuff. I didn't like how that tasted. I didn't like how that felt when I stuck my finger in it. That was funny. That's all it is. It's like, fuck around and find out. Fuck around and find out. Find out what it feels like to be human. That's what we're here to do. You're over there trying to fuck around and win a Grammy. That's stupid. How does it feel to lose? Anybody want to tell me what it feels to be like a fucking loser? That's a real good conversation that we all know. Anybody want to talk about? Oh, you want to talk about what it feels like to win? Can we talk about how it feels to lose, Kobe? Okay then, shut the fuck up. Connect with your ascending masters, angels, and higher self, unveiling the divine true nature of self. With their help, karmic issues, it's just karma, bro. Beliefs, that means your stupid beliefs, your judgments on life and what people and what you think life is, your emotions, and anything else that can be blocking the way to ascending this divinity within you. Surface, and you start the clearing and healing aspect of spiritual awakening. Again, I can't wave a wand, bro. You have to do it yourself. And I'm going to show you how I did it, and that's what I teach you. How did you do it? Let me show you. I sit around and cry. A lot. I go to divination. This is called divination. Let me show you which ways I connect with God to guide me through whatever's happening. And I sit around in my feelings waiting for guidance all night long. Like this guy, bro. It's super stupid. I became a whole guru and I sit around just, in fucking meditation. I play music and smoke pot. I look like a fucking hippie. I make kids foods. I'm a bitch too. But it's some bitch-ass work. I really thought it was going to be more exciting and shit. I'm working on levitating. I think that'd be the cool part. But I know he won't let me go too far. He's not going to. The body won't even let me go too far. There's wind up there. There's airplanes and shit. You're only so limited. He's not going to let me. Not in this lifetime. So I need to be done with this so he doesn't have control over my lifetime next time. In the sense of, don't you want to be free? Freedom, it's yours. When you realize that the only thing blocking access to God consciousness is what human ego or personality self has created, you are ready to take responsibility for creating your reality in a more conscious and harmonious way. It goes back to you, Hades. Hey, you didn't look so good. You look hungover. Ew, you're too old to be getting drunk in the streets. How old are you? I'm curious. You're probably not as old as me. Doesn't matter. There's nobody as old as me. I'm the oldest thing, and yet I'm the biggest child. I was the oldest. I'm the first child of God, the oldest being ever made. I am still a child of God. I'm just old and did this too much. Still a child of it. But going back to it, it's like, he tries to proclaim, they all try to proclaim how to be your best self. This isn't you. The whole point of this is to erase that self and become your higher self. So, Oscar's like, I'm living the best of my life. This is my, like, you can have money, and that's your ego, dickhead. That's just your weak self trying to be the best self it can be. You're self-sacrificing, you're selfish, and you're self-centered. And that's what she said. You're going to learn the hardest lesson. What's that? That it's not about you. It's all about you. No, it's not. You are a microcosmo in the macrocosmo, and the only importance of your life is the effect it has on others. But when you're when you're telling people lies and leading them into destruction, then you're not really powerful. You're doomed, to be honest. In the sense of, you're not going to die in hell. Trust me, this is hell. He's going to make you live out every day of it in your fucked up feelings. And my son was listening to the video last night. I listened to 2 of those Luminoon videos yesterday. In the middle of it, I didn't realize he was next to me in the bed. He's over there pew, 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 playing and shit with his little fingers, pew, pew, pew. And he's like, is she talking about Bobby? And I just started laughing. I was like, yeah, he feels bad. They all do. I explained it to it, and that's when the next video came in. I'm picking up like 5 people. It's like everybody does. They all feel bad. It's like they're just left with their feelings. That's it. I was like, I ain't making nobody feel bad, but they do. It was funny. It's like, yourself. Blame yourself. You know yourself and yourself and yourself. You don't. And that was me jumping on Kelly on Sunday morning. You have to trust yourself. You have to trust. Bitch, you don't even know who yourself is. You're being this whole version of everything you read to deny your power to some relationship that isn't existent. A booty call, maybe. And that's because you want to give him some booty. He didn't call you. He's not accepting your calls. Let's check in with the person that you're in no contact with. Let's check in with the person that's blocked you. Why won't you just tell the truth? Why won't you wear the harshness of what it is? Did Bobby block me? No. I mean, I could try to call him, but then you got to face the reality. He's just not looking at my messages. Or maybe he is. I don't know. Who cares? The point is he's trying to use his, his power to be weak. You're weak. I think you're weak for not talking to me. I think that us talking through it is much harder than not talking about it. Let's not talk about it. And then I started to think about you humans that have sex with people all the time. You just don't talk about it. You just go at it. You don't say, no, don't touch me there, or I don't like this, or, you don't have any talk about it. It's just suck face and suck ass and suck dick, and this is it. And then you put your clothes on and you don't talk, and then you'll send a text like a week later. I have so much to talk about what happened. I don't know. Deny your feelings. Whatever. You and yourself. It's just you, yourself, and you. I mean, really not. But anyways. Being connected with your higher self in your body is the most direct way to know, I know of creating reference points to higher love, spiritual integrity, and connection with God, Goddess, all that is, and to accelerate the release of limiting and denser energies. You may have experienced your higher self as a light being with whom you can be only connected outside your body. That's your mind's perception that it's outside of you. Again, when you get to this point, it's like, I am fully aware that you guys... I'm fully aware that, we're on Earth, and the planets are outside of us, and the stars are outside of us, and we can look from our eyes outside. I know this from this reality. But the reality, this is just the 3D reality. This is what it looks like from this version of this conscious. But when you step out of this body, that whole unknown, whatever you call outer space that we're talking about, is inside of this body with me. I can look upon it from this body and see it outside, or I can close my eyes and experience it inside. In the beginning, when you start astral projecting yourself, you visualize yourself leaving the body and going to these places, right? So like this morning, I had this thing, I was a visualization, and I'm with somebody out in the astral realm. I said, do you want to go to Asia? Let's go to Asia. And you just close your eyes and you're there. My body's not there, but I can fully experience it there from what I've seen. I can feel the air. I can feel what time it is. I can hear the people. I can smell the smells. And it's like, do you want to go to Africa? Do I see myself flying across the globe? Do I see the globe turning? None of that. No. You close your eyes and you're there. Now, I know that for me to fully experience the touch of it, to show you it, I'd have to move this body from here to there, which would take time, money, and space. Now, if I go to a place and I can see it there and I want to go there, then I go. And that's where you get this vision to go somewhere. You've never been there in this life, but you've been there in a vision. You see yourself going there. You don't know where there is, but you're going there. And you're only going there to feel what it feels to be there, but you've already been there before. It's your time to feel it in this life. The feelings are in the body. Meaning, when I go to Africa in my mind, I bring back what it felt like in the body. While I was there, I was just there. And that's why we come here, is to see what it feels like. What does it feel like to go to Mars? I don't know. I've never rode a fucking rocket. That's not my form of travel. If I want to feel like what it feels like to go to Mars as a human, I get on a rocket ship. But I don't need to ride a rocket ship to go to Mars. What does Mars feel like? I feel it inside, not outside of me on my skin. It's inside. Okay. Where do you go to talk to Jesus? Or whoever your God or goddess is? Where do you talk to your dead people? Where do you talk to spirit? Where in your imagination is this place? Or do you physically have to go to the graveyard to talk to the dead people? And do you see them in the ground? Or do you see them in front of you? Do you see them at all? Why can't you see them? Because your brain says they no longer exist, and that you're not talking to anyone, and that you're imagining, and this isn't real. But if your brain didn't tell you that, and you kept having this conversation, you could see them. The conversation continues. Where? Not outside of you. Inside your heart. It's not inside the mind. The mind just gets in the way because of what it's been told. We have to eliminate what it thinks. And when you're trying to master your mind and have this great life experience, you're not experiencing it. You're just doing what the mind tells you is an experience. Re-experiencing the same fucking pattern that you haven't learned from to try a new experience because you're too afraid. Because the mind tells you it's all disastrous. The mind limits you from experiences. Every time God tells me to go do something, my mind tells me, my mind's telling me, no, God, I don't want to go do laundry. No, God, I don't feel like getting in my car. No, God, no. It'll tell me why I don't want to. And I have to tell it why we should. But I don't know. Why are you going there? I don't know. But it'll be an experience. God's got an experience. Now, because I've shown my mind so many times that there's an adventure out there, it's like, I don't want to have an adventure. It'll be good. And I have to reassure it. But it doesn't want to. It doesn't want to just go out and spend money. I know if I go outside, I'm going to spend money. I don't want to spend money. I don't like spending money. I just don't. Am I a tight ass? No, I just don't. I don't feel good after I spend money. It's not a good feeling to me. I'm like, really? Yeah, really. I don't like to spend money, dude. If I could have things without spending money, maybe. But I've got this programming where I feel bad when I spend money. So the first thing I do is I don't want to go outside because I'm going to spend money. All right, God gave you the money and he wants you to buy some shit. And that's it too. It's like, why is he taking me outside? Because there's something out there. And nothing out there is free. You know what I mean? In essence, it's like my mind tells me all this shit. It's like, you don't even have no reason. Not usually. And you get caught up, and it's like, and that's why the kids don't travel with me. I told them yesterday I was just going down the street. 3 hours later, I told them I was at the, I had a whole spiritual thing. I went up to Red Rocks and did this, that, and the other. You don't want to fucking go with me. Because I don't know where I'm going. I'm being led. But that's, again, not being in control. But yet being with the flow. And that's how my life becomes adventurous. But when you're always in control and you're planning out your day and you're dictating everything, you're not. You're fully just on a pattern. This experience arises from spiritual based on duality and the need to be non-physical in order to experience higher states of consciousness and understanding. If you view your human self as being exclusively a lower self, and therefore your physical life as a less than reality, this will greatly block your spiritual progress and joy. And that's where Joe Bartolozzi is. After you realize the human self is nothing, then you start to wonder, well, am I just nothing? No, you have to go further in understanding what you are behind the thoughts, and that's where he's broken through, is I'm not these thoughts, I'm not my name, I'm not any of this. And that was me early on. I didn't know who I was, but they kept telling me who the fuck I was. Everybody wanted to tell me who Lisa was. That's not, I guess, but that's not who I am right here. I can see why you think that, and, you can tell me your stories, but that's not who this is. What is this? What is the Phoenix? It's a higher state of consciousness. Lisa was a broken girl, dude. She's a broken girl with broken experiences that had a split personality, split consciousnesses. After putting all that consciousness together, it became a godhead, if you will, that turned into the Phoenix, which is my spirit. After I was able to fix my mind, I was able to fucking work through my spirit. The mind is still there. Lisa and her fucking dumb ideas and the fucking way that she was programmed to think and how she reacts to shit is still there. I'm still Lisa. When I go out in public, they see Lisa. When I write my name down, it's Lisa. To this world, I'm just Lisa. Until I show them that I'm not. Which I do. Which God does. Because if I sat here trying to show you all the fucking time, and that's what gets me in tears, it's like, stop seeing Lisa. I know I tell Lisa's stories all the time. I'm not Lisa. Lisa's just the body and its thoughts of what it's been through. I work through that. It's not who I am in here. Lisa will cease to exist one day, and I'll be free from here, but I will never, I will live on forever. I've always lived on forever. I'm not Isis. I was Isis. I'm not Medusa. I was Medusa. I am Medusa. I am all of these things, but this version of me is Phoenix. What is the definition of a Phoenix? A mystical being, bird form, that would live for 500 years and would create its own fucking nest and burn it up and be reborn into a new life. I am that I say I am. I've given me my name because that's what they call me. That's what I am in this form. I've had many lives. Many, 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 many lives. All of those lives live within me. But I am the Phoenix. And what I do is, I am a high priestess to God. I am the high priestess Phoenix. I can do all the things that Lisa ever did, and all the things you ever did, and all the things that man ever did. I have limitations to what Lisa's body can do, but there's no limitations to what my spirit can do, as long as it's okay with God. I limit myself under my submission to God. If I wanted to get a fucking flame up my ass and go out and fucking just totally burn this world down and fucking use all my magic and get an attitude and do whatever I want, I fully have the power to do so. But I don't feel that way anymore, so I'm not very much Lilith anymore. It arises. All of my parts, Sarah Dwin, all of it. The Kanyin, all of it arises. Because it is within me. But it's all creating the ultimate me, which is just one life so I can be set free and not be fragmented in time like this. I can put all my lives together in one life and be free of this life. And have a new life with no form. I don't want to take a form. I've lived on all planets. I've seen all life that God ever created. I ran from God, and this life to enjoy all other lives, only to come back and finish this, the first job. Remember that job I gave you to in the beginning of time? Yeah, God, I need you to go back and finish that before you can be done. What is my salvation? Your evolution. I don't win until you wake up. My life's work is to get you back to God. The only way I can get free of this is to get you back. And in essence, it's because I don't want to go back alone. I've been back home. I live at home. There's no humans in heaven. The souls haven't. Jesus will come during my time and he will open those gates. But I have to get you ready to walk through those gates. Not to say you won't get another chance. It's not a one and done, bro. The gates will open, and it's for a period of time. So if you don't get it right in this lifetime, I'll catch you in the next time, and you can ascend. It doesn't matter how old your body is. You can ascend in this life and walk through heaven on earth here, like that. The gates are open. But you have to go through the work to do it, dude. You have to shed the layers of your being to be a spirit again in the kingdom of God. We have to shed the layers of our beings. We've been here, all of it, and we have to learn all those lessons and shed it so we can be free of this. Otherwise, yeah, you come back and they said once we do it here on this planet, if you haven't done it on this planet, again, you'll have the experience on another planet, which is why humans are being guided to go to other planets. They really do see it. It will happen. Humans will inhabitate another planet, and that's where they'll learn their karma. They'll learn the things they didn't learn when they were here on Earth. They can't come back to Earth until they've learned their lessons. In the essence, their form, they can't take form on Earth until they're no longer of low vibrations, because heaven will be on Earth. It'll be all love and light. How long does it take? 35 years of darkness, 56 years total. I see it end. I see the whole turn of time. You have time, but not all the time in the world. And I do this, dude, that you can't be like me unless you're giving it all your time. I want to take time for me, and he gives me minimal time. I only have so much time for my children. Most of my time is teaching you, his children. The more I do this job, you know what I mean? That's just it. You're like, a physical world? No, bro. He creates the physical world while I stay in the spiritual. This is all spiritual work. What is it? Your feelings, bro. It's so stupid. Let him take care of you while you take care of your feelings. All of your memories, all of your DNA, all of your karma is hidden in your feelings and your human experiences. You've pretty much already been through all of that. You just haven't processed it out. You have all the data to heal yourself. But if you don't start healing, then you're going to just keep on taking on more bad experiences, because obviously you haven't fucking learned. You have enough bad experiences to learn from, and that's where you stop life. I don't need to experience any more life. I need to learn from the life that I've lived, so I can have a new life and not keep having the same experiences. And that's what I'm saying. Don't go out there and keep hurting yourself. You've already been hurt enough. Stop, and let's deal with the hurt now so it stops the hurt. You stop attracting this fucking lesson that you won't learn. And that's where it's like you can't hold on to your life. Your life is built of pain and suffering. You've built it for yourself. It was put on you. Little by little, we take it out. We take it off. We take off the layers of your being so you can be free, but you're still going to be a human. You're going to be a sexier human. People are going to see it. You know what I mean? You're going to fuck with your appearance a little bit, but God's going to make you more beautiful. When you change from the inside, it changes on the outside, and people can see it. Yesterday, I looked like a scrounge, bro. I literally didn't do shit with my hair. I brushed it, threw a hat on it, threw on a onesie, ran, and was running through the streets. No makeup, nothing, dude. I walked up to that girl, and she's like, I'm really feeling your summer vibes. Really? I'm really trying to hide the fact that I didn't even put my fucking body, I didn't put my face on today. I didn't put on my best. I didn't put my best skin on today. I didn't put on my best clothes. I didn't put on my eyebrows today. I don't really look human. I don't feel like I'm a human today. You're a great looking human. And that's where it is. It's like, oh, you like me? Wait till you see what I can really do when I want to be liked. In the sense of, stop wanting to be liked. Just start liking yourself. I'm going to stop right here because we're really deep. Where is it? This lower self lives only to survive and avoid pain as much as possible. That's what you're trying to do. You're avoiding pain. It's not really that painful, bro. It just makes you cry. Like your skin hurt. You're tired. Your body's weak. That's the physical, the alchemical transformation that happens to your DNA. Is you're letting this shit go. Your body gets hella weak. And I explained that in a video. You get like hot flashes. You get fucking major fatigue. It feels like you're having, the flu. You get bursts of energy. You get headaches. You get fucking body aches. You can't get out of bed. And then all of a sudden you just feel like you could do all kinds of million things. Like you just did a bunch of fucking methamphetamine. And then like you go outside and then all of a sudden you just got to go right back to bed. It's your body, bro. The body is super reactive to what you're doing, what the mind thinks. And as we're going through this, it really kills the motherfucking body. But God regenerates it with the energy inside. You just wake up every day with a light inside of you. You ever look at kids and you're like, fuck, where do you get all this fucking energy from? You're just a fucking energy powerhouse. We have it in us too. I promise you. There's some older people you're like, how the fuck? You know what I mean? Some of them, yeah. Marshall's not as old, but you go back to Ellen DeGeneres, she was in her 60s, fucking, you know what I mean? She wasn't like some of you in your 60s. You know what I mean? Just because the body looks good doesn't mean that the body's capable of much. And you don't want to push the body because it's holding all that energy. But in the sense of, your energy, your cup of love can be refilled after you start loving yourself. And that's where a lot of that self-love, especially as we get older, we got to, eat better. We got to take care of it. We got to give it a lot of rest. We can't put too much weight on our knees and stuff. It's just honoring it. Because when you start harnessing all of this, it needs, it's fragile to the body. It really is. My first break, I was like, my skin hurt. I kept saying it. It was like, it felt like I was bruising everywhere. My skin hurt. Nothing was on it. It was because inside it, I was breaking all the hurt inside and I could feel it on the outside. But it wasn't real on the outside. And that's what I mean is if you don't work on the inside, it projects into your outside like Kanye, where you see everything is against you. You see nothing but darkness. You see nothing but trials. You see what all of them are seeing. But you're not seeing yourself. Dogmatic religions have complicated matters even more by programming people to believe themselves sinful, lower creatures, by programming people to believe themselves sinful, lower creatures in need of salvation, yet incapable of helping themselves without the authority of the church. I told you. They've made you believe that you need them to get to God. And God and Jesus came and said you didn't need anyone, that God lived within you. They totally fucking perpetrated his words. They used his words against you, making themselves all powerful. You're not a bad person if you don't go to church. You're not a bad person anyways. And that's where I said, you got to see that video yesterday. My mind thinks you're an asshole. That you're a terrible, horrible person. You're never going to learn this. That you're going to die in hell. Because that's what it's been told. Christ inside of me says none of that's true. And he's teaching you and you're learning. And that you're going to be a beautiful person when all this is done. And that he's going to make you all new. But this is what you got to go through. These religious teachings join with societal standards. Convince you that you are your body. And that's it. I'm going to stop there. You're not your body. You just have to wear one. I've had people tell me, too, you're so beautiful. Oh, well, thanks. God has given me the more beautiful bodies. But they got me in trouble. Going back to you, Kim Kardashian. I'm going to stop here. We didn't read any of these. Well, that'll be in the later's readings. I told her that, it's a power to make them want you. But what are you going to do when they can't control it? I'm all powerful as the goddess of love and desire. But then I was Medusa. I was all beautiful, and it was nothing. He made me beautiful, and that was my destruction. Just because I was so beautiful, Poseidon wanted me and took me. He had his way with me, and if that wasn't bad enough, his girl got jealous, and then she fucking cursed me, so that I would never be beautiful again. I didn't ask to be beautiful, and my beauty was my demise. I've been raped. A lot, ever since I was a child. What do you think they wanted? My body. They wanted my body, and they took it forcefully. Down to my husband, down to many. I'm Lilith. I wouldn't give my body to Adam, so in this life, people took it from me forcefully. They didn't want just any piece of meat. They wanted a beautiful body, and they couldn't control their desire for my body, so they took it. Some of them in couples. They took my body from me because it was so beautiful. I didn't ask for that. If I would have had an ugly body, maybe they wouldn't have wanted it. Maybe they would have left me alone. And that's why a lot of women hide their body and change their body, because they don't want someone to just take it from them. I know you feel good when they're looking at your tits and they're looking at your ass, but I know what they really want, because I remember what has been done. It's not a great feeling, Kim, to be wanted. Because one time they might not be able, those desires, even the ones that don't take my body, they're having it in their imagination by themselves. And that's not good either. It's my body. You can't just sit there and do that to my body, whether I'm there or not. And that's unfair. God gave you a power that you don't truly understand, Kim Kardashian, Jonica, the rest of you that are throwing your tits and ass out of there. You take that shit to a foreign country and you're not protected, dude, they're gonna rape you. They don't care about you. They see a beautiful body and they want to touch it. And realistically, as the creation that we are as women, we don't fully physically have the ability to stop them all. Kim's body puts her in unbelievable danger. To not one type, but all men. That's all they think about when they see her, is what they would do to her body. Do you enjoy having that energy upon you? A rape energy? I don't like it. I don't like guys thinking about fucking me. I don't like watching them grab their dicks when I walk in the room. I don't like that feeling, bro, of you fucking lusting over me. God made me beautiful, and it's just a natural thing that happens when I walk in. They see a beautiful girl and they want to touch her. I don't like that. So I hide my body. And then I forget what my body is and how beautiful it really is. So like right now I'm wearing some jeans and a tank top and I look beautiful. But when I go outside, they're calling to me. And I don't like that feeling of men looking at me and wanting my body. I don't like it. A lot of the powers that we're given are curses. They seem to be that way. It's like, why did you make me like this? To anybody that thinks you're ugly, there's a curse in being beautiful. And I like to tell everyone that I'm very ugly and push them away and that's why, I don't want you to look at me and want me. I want you to hear me and want God. And I know that you put on my skin and the things that come out of my mouth, and it makes for this intense energy of sexual arousal. And that's Lilith. And I knew I had it, and I would use it for fun in the past life, and now I can't. I can't stand it. There's no power in it. It makes us powerless, bro. Because really, once we sit down and quit playing around, dude, they're gonna get us. You keep fucking teasing these men, bro, they're gonna get you. And that was what you were gonna realize in those waters. That what makes you powerful makes you powerless. And now what are you gonna do with their dicks hard and nobody here to protect you? rape all kids, bro. It's a wonderful thing to have a beautiful body and to be beautiful. It's not a wonderful thing to have, you know what I mean, to have that energy put on you all the time when you step outside. The only reason you guys do that is because you don't realize how beautiful you are. And so you do it to the extreme, but now you have these people, you know, Jonica, you have some real sickos in your comments, bro. You have some sick people. You have over 900,000 sick people that only like when you're taking your clothes off. What the fuck do you think they're doing, dude? And if they saw you on the street, Jonica, could they hold in those impulses? Or is it worth it? Is it worth risking it for the biscuit? This is your one chance, bro. There she is. Happened a lot in quite a few of my different lifetimes. And this one, too. It's like you keep toying, you keep using this power against people, and you're going to end up you will learn this lesson. But ultimately, what is the opposite of this lesson? Yeah. You know what I mean? That goes back to Kells. Kells was sexually abused only to turn into a sexual abuser. I didn't stop being sexually abused, I just stopped being sexual. That's it. I never stopped. I got divorced and I didn't sleep with anyone. So that it didn't happen again. And imagine my surprise where I wanted to be throwing myself at Bobby, but still feeling used afterwards. Sick psychological stuff, but stuff that dates back to the beginning of time. A lot going on here. I have a lot of stuff here. I've got a teaching for later. I'm done for right now. I think I'm going to go get some fresh air. It all combines. All the information I give you comes from all areas of the universe, all areas of existence. Going back to the Palladians, the Pleiades is it's a star system that you can see outside of you, but they are beings that connect with inside of you. If you have that higher state of connection, and that's it. It's like as you leave the mind, you enter the universe. And now you're connected to the universe. The first part, of course, is your angels and your archangels. You're the spirit world. The spirits of those that have come before you are the ones you see first. Not everything has form. You just see a vision and know that someone is speaking to you. I'm seeing this right here. I had the book like sitting down, and this page popped up, and I saw Phoenix. What was I looking at? What was it? Palladian Lightwork Practitioner, Dolphin Song Phoenix. What is this? After studying the Palladian Lightwork with the Amora Kuan Yin, I began routinely using the various healing chambers described in this book to accelerate my own healing. Yeah, there's chambers to this. I'm always in the sleep chamber. I mean, that's probably what it is. It's a state of consciousness where you just kind of zone out. I heartily recommend the Palladian Lightwork in its entirety as a way to feel totally loved and speed you on your way to enlightenment. Rosemary DeCorsley, computer technician, licensed massage therapist, and Palladian Lightwork practitioner. I don't know. They're all just people. This one is it again. Dolphin Song Phoenix. What is this? It's written in both. Mount Shasta, California. Palladian Lightwork practitioner, Golden Hills, California. Janice, massage therapist, Medford, Oregon. Just random people that tapped in, bro. All knowledge, there's no knowledge, just like they said, there's no knowledge that's held back. But there's practices we just don't practice. Meaning you're welcome to know what we did, but we just know we don't do that anymore. And that if you do that, you know what I mean, there's consequences. That's all we can do. There was, you know what I mean, God gives you this whole, you know, there's nothing you can't do in this room. There's just some things you probably shouldn't do that we've learned are bad for you. You shouldn't indulge in drugs and alcohol. It's going to have a bad effect on your body. Go out there and have fun, but don't overindulge in things because it's going to have, that's it. God just wants you to have a full experience. He's not very limiting to, oh, I told you not to do that. He guided you not to do that because he didn't want you to have to go through that, but you wanted to go through it, so you fucked around and found out. He'll guide you out of it. He's your guide. There's not a place that he hasn't been there with you. And that's the grace and the glory of it. It's like, you look back at all that rape, all that abuse, all of my life. Would you say that, the devil took my life and God wasn't there to save me? Or that God walked me through hell? Gracefully without, the memories of it. I think so. But pretty much it. Like, what happened in our lives? God walked us through hell. Are we out of it? No. We're still walking through it. But he's walking us through it. He never left us. That's when you look back and you see you weren't alone. Don't start, Michael Jackson. Sorry, he was going to start singing through me. What are we going to talk about this? Higher dimensions of consciousness is what we're going to call this. How do you get there? Your feelings. Your feelings and your memories. You can't be you if you want to access the infinite. The infinite is beyond yourself, your identity. Somebody's posting. I can hear it. Hey, I love you guys. I'll catch you with another reading later. I think it's lunchtime, nap time. That's it too. I'm going through it. This morning I did the same thing. I just couldn't really get through it. That's why I started dancing, only to receive transmissions, burn all this energy, and go to sleep. Like, damn, you don't know what's flowing through me. And God will give me strength, but I don't have any yet. And that's because I'm breaking out, you unleash all these darknesses inside of you, and you have to break it down. It's like chewing food. I can't just take a whole sausage and think that's not funny. I'm playing around. They're like Lorena Bobbitt, that shit. It's not funny. They're full of jokes. Why? Because I'm a dirty joke. It's really just me and my energy, and I want to laugh with you, but I'm too hungry and tired. I need a hot dog. Stop playing around. I really will eat anything about right now. But going back to it, it's like, you're not what you think you are, which is a good thing, because you don't think too much of yourself. You think that you're not important. You think you're fat. You think you're this. You think you're this guy's girlfriend. That's my man. Bro, I swear God made something better for you. I can't tell. I am so the worst person to do a love reading on you. This is just practice. God's got something better. How do you know? Because that's all he tells me, and they get better every time, I swear. You want to see the guys that I talk to? And they're like, what's better than Marshall? Anything's got to be better than Marshall Mathers at this point. Do you see what he really is? What's better than Lewis Hamilton? I mean, I'm not saying they look better. I'm saying they've got to be better. When you get the rose-colored glasses, it doesn't really matter what they look like, dude. In the sense of, who's better? Who did it better? Oh, God. Could you just be better? I love you more. Hey! Just kidding. I love you the way you are. And that's it. I can only love you more. It doesn't really have anything to do with you. It has to do with the more love that I put inside of me and how I express it to everyone else. Hey! Love you. Later. Bye.